Today's video is about a young boy who found himself pulled into his favorite video game. Remember to like and subscribe for more scary stories. Max had always been obsessed with his Xbox. Ever since he was young, it was his escape from the drudgery of middle school and the endless arguments at home. The shiny console and its glowing screen were his refuge, and his favorite game, Realm of Shadows, was his portal to an alternate world where he was a hero. One rainy Saturday afternoon, Max was deep into a marathon session of the game. He'd just unlocked a special achievement and was eagerly exploring a new level, an eerie, labyrinthine castle that seemed to pulse with an unnatural light. As he maneuvered his character through the dark corridors, something odd happened. The screen flickered. And for a brief moment, the room seemed to distort, like the entire world was being stretched and compressed. Max blinked and rubbed his eyes, thinking it was just a glitch. But as he moved his character closer to a shimmering portal within the game, a strange sensation washed over him. The room felt colder, the air heavier. Max shivered but shrugged it off, focusing on the game. He pressed his controller to enter the portal, and suddenly the world around him seemed to dissolve. His vision blurred, and he felt a tingling sensation spreading from his fingertips up his arms. The room was spinning, and he was falling into darkness. When the spinning stopped, Max found himself not in his room but standing inside the game's labyrinthine castle. The textures were sharper, the colors more vivid, but everything had a disconcerting quality of hyper-reality. The walls seemed to pulse, the shadows seemed to move on their own. Panic surged through Max as he realized he was no longer holding a controller. His hands were now part of the game's environment. He tried to call out, but his voice came out as an echo through the cold stone corridors. He stumbled through the castle, his heart racing. The atmosphere was oppressive, filled with the low whispers of unseen entities. The game's eerie soundtrack now played around him, the haunting melody amplifying his sense of dread. Desperate, Max tried to find a way out, but the more he searched, the more the castle seemed to shift and change, like it was alive and mocking his attempts. The rooms grew darker, and the shadows seemed to reach out for him. Finally, he saw a familiar sight, the shimmering portal from earlier. It looked like his only chance. He rushed towards it, but as he got closer, the portal began to warp and distort, becoming less an escape and more a trap. Max's breaths came in ragged gasps as he tried to break free, but the portal seemed to draw him in with an irresistible force. He reached out for it, but the moment he touched it, he felt a searing pain, like his very essence was being pulled apart. With a final, agonizing scream, Max felt himself being sucked into the portal. The world around him spun once more, and then there was nothing but darkness. Back in his room, the Xbox screen flickered and then went black. The console was silent. Max's parents called out for him, but there was no answer. When they finally opened his door, his room was empty, with no sign of Max except for his gaming chair and the ominously silent Xbox. The next day, the game Realm of Shadows appeared on the Xbox store, but with a new update, new level, the kid who never escaped. It was a chilling reminder of what had happened to Max, a cautionary tale buried in the digital void for anyone who dared to venture too deep into the darkness. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more scary and true stories. Please send in any stories you want me to cover.